Okay, that's it for the fiddle music. I guess I don't think of that as fiddle music. That's really classical music. That piece is by, all right, you're just gonna have to put it down in the comments if you know of that piece. Anyway, welcome to the channel. I am FiddlinJonny, and this is of course my fiddle channel, where we open every Magic product review first with the fiddle tune. But today we are going to do a Magic product review, and I know a lot of you are excited out there about seeing what is the releases for the 2022 Tenyo series. And today I'm going to do a review of this, and it's got a bunch of different names depending on where you go or what part of the planet you're on. If you're in Japan, I think it is called Dream Cash Envelope. In the United States, I see it as The Cash 2022, and some sites have it listed as Blink Bank. So anyway, it's got a bunch of different names to it. I'm going to review it today, give you some strong opinions about it. Stick around and we'll get right into this. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm FiddlinJonny and I am so grateful that you are here. Today we're doing a Tenyo 2022 release, and this is called The Cash 2022. But I've also seen it on some sites as Blink Bank, and I think if you're in Japan you'll find it as the Dream Cash Envelope. So anyway, it's the same product under all three names. It's part of the Tenyo 2022 release. I looked at what they were releasing this year, and this was the only product that looked halfway interesting to me. The rest just didn't give me anything. So anyway, this is a trick that was originally created by a Vietnamese magician named Tran Dang Ninh. So Tran Dang Ninh created this originally, and then Tenyo bought the rights to it, and they made some upgrades and updates to it, and I'll talk about those as we get into it. All right, so first of all, hopefully I put the was able to get the trailer in advance of this so you can see what it looks like. But if you didn't, I'll just show you real quickly. So here's what it is. You have an envelope, and you have this open area or a window in it. You can actually like stick a pen or a pencil in there to show that it's actually empty. And if you want, then all you have to do is snap your fingers and the money appears. Pretty cool. And then you can take out the money, take out your Benjamins, and hand out Benjamins to all of your spectators. Let's be clear, I don't have real Benjamins. These are fake money. If you'd like to have fake money in hundreds, I'll leave a description where I get mine. You can use one of my discount codes or my discount code to get a reduction on it if you want. But anyway, that's what the effect is. And I have to admit, I think it's a pretty cool effect. Looks really dang awesome. So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to get. So it's going to come in this box, which is the classic Tenyo sort of how they package and release their stuff in there. You're going to get this nice little tray of stuff. You're going to get the Tenyo Magic News. Yes, the Tenyo Magic News, and it's all in Japanese. So if you read Japanese, you're going to know what it means and says. I do not speak Japanese, so I had to pull out my Google Translate and read it that way. And then you're also going to get, boom, the instructions. I'm not going to show you all the instructions here, but basically that's the size of the instructions. They're 4 pages in length, and they're all in Japanese. So if you don't speak Japanese, on the instructions on the back page, it gives you a link to a page where you can get the exact same instructions in English in a PDF format. And it is 4 pages long. It's identical to this, so it looks the same. Just happens to be translated into English. You're also going to get in your box, you're going to get this envelope here which is gimmicked. So you will have to assemble the gimmick. Everything's in the box. You're simply going to need to assemble it. And yeah, that's essentially what you're getting. So let's talk about, first of all, how are the instructions? There is no video tutorial, purely printed instructions for you to go over. And I would have to say they're adequate. The truth is, since they're 4 pages, it's predominantly picture oriented so that you understand how to construct the gimmick and put it together, and with the appropriate amount of words. But you're not getting any sort of detailed performance stuff. It's just simply how to put it together and a walkthrough of what the effect should look like. And I felt like it's average, it's okay. You get what you need though. So I guess that's the most important piece of it. Let's talk about this gimmick and how is the gimmick. I think this gimmick, now there's real nuance here. I'm going to do pros and cons here in a little bit. I have more cons than I have pros. But speaking sort of without the nuance, first of all, the gimmick is good. This is a real sturdy gimmick. It's going to last a long time. I feel like you could probably even rough it up a bit and it still is durable and super strong material, and you're going to get thousands of performances out of it because it's that durable. There are bits and pieces that might, like, break on you over time, and if they break, they're going to provide those for you, extras in your packaging, and then when you run out of those extras, those are things that you would normally have anyway in order to replace it. So real easy there, but they should last an awfully long time. All right. I will add about this, there are functional pieces about this that I don't love, but I'll talk about those later. Let's talk about the skill level. And there is real nuance here with the skill level. Technically on paper, this is a beginner level trick. It is self-working. There are no angle issues. There's 0 sleight of hand. Once you know how to do it, it does the work for you. Now, with that said, I do think some practice makes it look way, way better, because there is finickiness with this, and you have to know your gimmick to sort of know how it can be a little bit futzy at times, if futzy is a real word. So you have to sort of spend the time to work that out. You could read the instructions, perform it immediately, have it work perfectly, and really amaze people. But if you're going to perform it, I think at all for people, you'll want to take the time to practice to sort of learn the nuance of the gimmick. And I'll share a little bit later about some of my own experience with performing it. So, so it's technically, it's a beginner level. But if you want to be great with anything, take the time to practice. All right, let's talk about the pros. I've said already, it's visually awesome. Looks fantastic. It takes up little to no pocket space. I just shove this in my pocket, my breast pocket, boom, and I'm ready to go. So it could make for great everyday carry if you felt like this is something you wanted to do for everyday carry. Affordable, and I'll talk about what that price is a little bit later, but it's really affordable. It's durable. It's great for social media. I think if you're someone who does social media, you're going to like it. And it's also nice, you can hand out your money at the end. I don't want to hand out my money at the end, but you can hand out the money, which sort of takes some of the heat off of the gimmick itself, which leads me perfectly into the cons. No, you cannot hand out the envelope when you're done. They'll discover that it's tricked out immediately, so you couldn't hand it out. Maybe that's why you want to hand out your hundreds, so no one's paying attention to the envelope. All right, I would say a con too is that it's so visual, but it's so fast that it's not enough for a performance alone just to do it, and that you, in my opinion, you need to pair it with something else. So it could be a great opener. Let's say that you want to do magic with money and paper money. You could pull out the envelope and go, oh, you forgot to bring your money. Doesn't matter. Shake it, and suddenly you have your money, and then you can put the envelope away and proceed with your money magic. So for me, it really, by itself, good, not great. Context of other in a routine could be really good. It does have a locking system. So, and I bring that up, and the earlier version did not have a locking system or a different locking system. Tenyo says they made an improvement with this locking system. And I would have to say yes, theoretically the locking system is definitely an improvement, but initiating the getting it locked, I have found extremely difficult. And when I mean extremely difficult, it's been so frustrating. Like, I practice, I do the reveal, that takes all of 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever it is. And then I have to go and reset it. And then it takes me a couple minutes for me to reset it because it's so finicky. Now, I've spent more time trying to put the locking system to work than I have performing it. That's how much time it has taken. I think I've just got to the point where I figured out some of the nuance of, oh, this is how the locking system works best if I bend this in this direction in this certain way, and then it locks. So I can't show that to you. I wish I could, but know that if you're struggling with that, I definitely have struggled with it, and feel like maybe I'm just starting to make a little bit of progress with being able to reset the locking system when I need to. Which is a point, you don't have to do the locking system in front of people. You would set up the gimmick in advance, which means that you put it into its locking position until you're ready to perform. You're able to pull it out, start your performance, you unlock it in front of people, they don't notice that you've unlocked it, and then you're able to make the money appear. So the frustrating part doesn't have to happen in front of your audience, which is good. All right, let's talk a little bit about, some folks have said that they've found that it's not 100% accurate. I felt like the first couple times that was true for me, but then I got to learn the gimmick itself and the nuance of how I hold it, some of my choreography. So as I've become more familiar with different ways of holding it and doing the reveal, I have found that I'm probably a 99% success rate. So I think that will reduce for folks the more you practice and do it, and you'll learn it's based upon the gimmick and the performer, I think. And I think part of it just has to do with your choreography and how you hold it. Okay. This gimmick talks, and it does a lot of talking. It talks really loud when you do the reveal. Now, the instructions handle that, where you do a snap of your fingers, and that's to cover up the sound that it's going to make, and maybe you talk during it as well, which helps to cover up the sound. But it is pretty loud. If those are issues for you, something for you just to be aware of. You can't reset this in front of people. So just, I think, I put it in the con section. Maybe not a con, but something you should be aware of. Who's going to like this? I think if you, for me overall, it's not something I'm going to use. I don't think. I certainly am not going to probably use it in a professional setting. However, if you do social media magic, I think this is a hit for you. Because it really looks fantastic. You can tape till you have the perfect appearance of your money. So great for social media. So it's not a total loss there. And the price in the United States is $15. I think that's an awesome price. And in some places I've seen it as low as $12. So for me, for a trick that the truth is, I might perform this on social media once, post it, and I don't know that I'm ever going to use it in a real life situation. Maybe I'll some night put it in my pocket when I'm going out with friends and then pull it out and say, hey, you want to see something kind of fun? But because of that, I only spent $12 on it. So since I only spent $12 on it, I feel like I'm still ahead for a magic trick that looks great. And if I get one great reaction from it, fantastic. So that's my thinking on it. I hope this is helpful. I think some of your takeaways here are that it does what it says. There is some challenge when you're first setting it up, and or may take a little bit of time to do it, and you have to get to know your gimmick in order to know the nuance so that you get a perfect performance and it talks. Those are the main takeaways. I think I'd perform it on social media rather than in real life. All right, I hope that's helpful. If you have purchased this, leave a comment below in terms of what your perspective is. I want my comment section to be for the community and really helpful for others. And since this is such an affordable trick, I suspect a lot of people will purchase it. So let's put in the comment section any helpful tips or things you learned if you have this product. if you haven't purchased it, leave a comment anyway. Always just love interacting with you and hearing from you guys. And of course, if you can hit that like button, it really helps to promote the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, and when you hit that like button, it helps for other people who are looking for magic product reviews for this channel to get promoted in amongst those, amongst the big ones. So I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe, of course, if you haven't yet subscribed. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope this is helpful. And I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.